Kevin not to be today. What's your reaction to the defeat?
Yeah, really disappointed, really poor. Looked like a team that had been thrown together against a team that has played together for a while, which is what it was. The first goal's really poor. It's just a one ball in behind that we should be in that channel defending. Recovery runs are really poor. There's hesitancy about the place, which you can feel. And that's only caused by us, by the players, nothing else. Get ourselves back in the game. And then at half time, we spoke about a plan of how we build pressure. We do the complete opposite. And then the goals we give away are scandalous, really.
And you said yourself that you weren't too happy with the nature of the first goal, but the response to that, dropping Noyes in a bit deeper and getting yourselves level, you must have been actually pretty pleased at half time that you got yourself back into it. Yeah,
listen, without playing well, we created some good chances in terms of when we got the press right. We're a long way from what we were in terms of that, because we've got new players coming in. We've got a lot of changes. When we got it right, we broke and we had a chance. And that's not to hide away from the fact that the whole performance wasn't good enough. But we got back to 1-1, and you think, going into our fans, just try and build some pressure. The right way, because we spoke about let's play in their half rather than trying to play too much. We could bypass their press a bit, but we've done the opposite. And we get a corner and we're attacking, but then we get done on one ball over the top, which we're 2v1 at the back. And their player gets in and they get a penalty. Whether Collins touched it or not, I don't know.
What was the difference, you think, in the second half? Because you got yourselves back in it after going behind the first half. It didn't happen in the second half. What do you think the difference was?
Listen, we give pathetic goals away, which we have done for. We've had the best defence in the league last year. That's a completely new defence, and that's nothing on them. But too many of the goals are becoming similar. We've give 4 penalties away, I think now. We've conceded 4 set pieces, which is nowhere near good enough. And it's too easy and too soft for that to happen. You can't give yourself any momentum in the game when you're gifting teams goals. So yeah, really disappointing in that. We have some chances, but in all honesty, they look like a team that have played together quite a while, which is what we looked like last year. We're not that now. We've had so many changes that we are a team in transition. And it looked like that. But what we've got to do is then do the basics right, which is not conceding set pieces, penalties, build pressure, build momentum and grow confidence that way.
How can you resolve these issues that you're seeing, particularly at the back? Is the answer within the building or not?
No, I think it has to be. But we are looking, and I know what we need to sign. Being able to do that's another different thing. But players in the building have got to stand up and be counted, because for me, some of the goals are way too soft. We go away to Barnet and we get back to 1-1 and we get done on one breakaway. We lose at Fylde late in the game. Through that, same thing, they break away, they score. Southend, a game we're on top of at home. One mistake and our heads go under. All too easy. And that's the biggest worry, rather than having the tactics or anything like that.
But at the same time, you're here, you mentioned at the start, it's a team that's been thrown together, and because of injuries and everything that's happening, you must be pulling your hair out at times, because you are on a weekly basis trying to pick out 11 fit players.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's where we are at the minute. And, we had I don't want to harp back, but we were a playoff team last year. What we've lost is the nucleus of that team for whatever reason. Now we're rebuilding it, is that, and you're going to get inconsistency until we get back to what we know, how we work, what we've got to do, and what the players and us have got to do is stick together, be big, strong and brave, and at the right time, and show some character, because it becomes tougher when you lose games. Even the fans at the end, I thought they were brilliant, by the way they stuck with the team and they wanted us to attack. I didn't think we attacked nowhere near enough in the first half. But you can see when we do, and we spoke about it at half time, let's give ourselves something for the fans to cheer, but we went too safe. So we've got to stick together, make the right changes we feel like we need to move it forward.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
So no Harry Taylor today. Is there any indication on how bad his hamstring is yet?
No, hopefully not as bad as we first feared. I think he managed to saved himself the other night by stopping as quickly as he felt something. So fingers crossed it won't be as bad as first feared without knowing a time frame on it.
Yeah, I know it's tough for foreign to come in, but at least you've got someone in for 28 days as well.
No, exactly, and he trained with us yesterday. He's a young boy. It can be tough coming into a team that's not, full of confidence and flying at the minute. So it's difficult, and he needs to be led by other players around him. All credit to him for coming and doing it.
Yeah, it's quite a tough time. Sorry to sort of think about for Colin at the moment, isn't it? The goalkeeping, he's got to sort of show character like you all have, I guess, but it's quite tough for him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And what you spoke to Colin about, looking after himself sometimes. When we spoke about half time, just he's rolling it out to people 5 yards away. Let's keep pressure off yourself, and if you've got to go long, go long. But don't invite pressure on yourself, because I think that feeds throughout the team. And sometimes the ball's better off being 100 yards from your goal, Colin, rather than there. But he's got listen, he's a good young keeper. He's had a lot of praise. He's having for a sticky spell, which we all are. Now you've got to stick together and be brave and deal with it and come out the other side.